You're probably asking yourself, well, who is she? Who is Katya? And why do I want to trust her with the process, with guidance, with coaching? That's why I created this video. I also truly believe that people buy from people and connect with people who they know, like, and trust. And it's been like that for centuries. So that's why I want to share my story, a little bit of my story, or we'll be here for a couple of days. That's for my book, for the future book, but I'll share a little bit what's relevant. And I also want to share my philosophy, my personal philosophy on life. And life to me spells love, impact with integrity, freedom of expression, and evolvement. Because we constantly evolve, we go to the next level and next level and next level, right? So we constantly evolve in this life. Life is a game, and we're just enjoying it as we're going through levels, right? Through the next level and next level. So again, life to me spells love, impact with integrity, freedom of expression, and evolvement. You're probably asking yourself, well, who is she? Who is Katya? And why do I want to trust her with the process, with guidance, with coaching? That's why I created this video. I also truly believe that people buy from people and connect with people who they know, like, and trust. And it's been like that for centuries. So that's why I want to share my story, a little bit of my story, or we'll be here for a couple of days. That's for my book, for the future book, but I'll share a little bit what's relevant. And I also want to share my philosophy, my personal philosophy on life. And life to me spells love, impact with integrity, freedom of expression, and evolvement. Because we constantly evolve, we go to the next level and next level and next level, right? So we constantly evolve in this life. Life is a game, and we're just enjoying it as we're going through levels, right? Through the next level and next level. So again, life to me spells love, impact with integrity, freedom of expression, and evolvement.
I came to Oracle cards when I was in a deep depression, and Katya's post popped up in front of me. And I had been looking for something that I could bring myself out of it. I believe in natural medicine. I believe in taking a deep breath and walking through bad things and getting out the other side. Well, that wasn't working until I started working with the Oracle cards. And what happened was, and I was totally amazed. Like, I did it because I'm a creative person. I paint, I draw, I do all of those things. So I thought it was a way to learn a new art form. When I started to create the cards, that was when things started to change for me, because I was focusing on something creative. Then when I was starting to assign the meaning to the cards, I was actually delving into what was going on within me. And so I was writing down the feelings, I was writing the titles. By the time I got through making all my cards, I was feeling 110% better than I was when I started with the group and when I was working with the art. I went on to do 4 more sets during that first period. I have since created others, and I have been selling my decks. I thank Katya from the bottom of my heart for being there, because I had been depressed for nearly 4 years. Life was very isolated. We had COVID. I was locked down. So delving into the creativity end of it brought me to the surface. Delving into the words and the meaning brought what was bothering me to the surface and let me release it. and I just love the cards.
I have to tell you, it's been what, a month and a half since your last workshop, which is when I came in. So I'm not an OG, but I came in the last workshop that you had. And I had already been using AI, so I did have that going for me. I had been using Midjourney for about a year, and it was definitely inspiring so much more creativity. And so I think it's been a smart business choice for you to include the AI training and the prompt engineering, because from what I'm hearing, that had a lot to do with the creativity boosts everyone had, and maybe just the pace of progress, that we're moving a lot faster to a result because we're using AI. But I'm going to add to that. First off, I have been in creative flow ever since I stopped. And the products that I have been transitioning to are not all cards, but the possibilities have really been endless. And I mentioned a little bit in that video testimonial that I had been invited by a friend to be in the workshop. So that's one big deal. So if everybody's getting a lot out of it, then the next time invite a friend. And now it seems like you have an affiliate program. So that's great. I'm not a healer. I don't use oracle cards. I don't use tarot cards. I probably never will, but I joined the membership. Now, why would I do that? Because there is so much more possibility in this program. And I have since added cards. And if I could screen share to just show you how I use the cards I did create, because I didn't use AI for the images in my cards at all. I had a lead magnet that I completely switched up after I joined Katya's training. And that's in part because the benefit of AI for me in your workshop wasn't just for the images, but it was for the text. And it wasn't just the text. It helped to curate the definition of my niche. So I was kind of like, who was it that was saying that they've kind of pivoted a number of times? I've just been in the middle of pivoting. So I hadn't quite nailed my niche or my offer. So my field of expertise right now is in work-life harmony. So that involves a lot of inner success skills. There's a lot to balancing your personal and your professional life so that you can just lead a life of calm and confidence and connection. But those words came out of this workshop. And ever since I nailed those words, everything else has just seemed to flow. So I changed the name for my lead magnet and modified it up a little bit. And then I added about 20 cards into that, because during that workshop, what we did is I uploaded my lead magnet and my sales page, and I let AI come up with text for my card ideas. And that opened up a whole new world for me, because my impression of cards when I joined here were just the typical tarot and oracle cards. But I'm like, wait a minute, these are kind of affirmation cards. These are business success skills. There's a whole lot of possibility in doing cards with business success skills. And while y'all were talking, I did get on Deckable and see the different categories. And like, well, yeah, there's plenty of opportunity there for coaching, therapy, personal professional development. And that suits me because I'm your faith-based follower. So that question that you were referring to when we first started this about someone seeing their friend had these tarot cards, I've been there in that spot. And I think what was important in joining in your group is we all have to reconcile how we feel about what we're going to do with these cards. There's so many possibilities. And the common thread that I've heard as I've listened here is that we have soulful explorers here, creative soulful explorers. And that term is what I came up with after I finished your course. That is my niche now. It's soulful explorer in the business community. We're open-minded, we're curious and creative. And if you just keep that in mind when you invite people into the next workshop, because I sure am, I think that will allow people to just make up their own mind and see that there are all of these possibilities. I'm using it now also in my training, in my membership, in my slides, in my products. So I went way beyond cards. And it's all
Thank
thanks to
you
you,
so much.
Katya. All thanks
Thank
to
you
you.
so much.
Well, after the second day, I was really blown away by one, the way you guide people and the power of using this software, because this is something that seemed for me like I would never be able to understand how to use AI in my work. And so the way that you presented it and teach it in a very easy to understand way, and you just have a great energy.
Well, thank you.
You have a
Thank
great
you.
energy. I'm really enjoying watching you and the interaction with other students and all that kind of thing. So yeah. And my creativity, like I say, just in the last week, as my mind has got all these ideas of how I could use these Oracle cards in my work. As a matter of fact, last night I just did a test on my Facebook page and people are like, oh, that's beautiful. And, I'm asking people to respond to the one card. So I know there's a lot more to learn, and the information yesterday with the guy from
Thank-
Deckable, I think that
Yeah.
was really, really great information. So that's a great partnership that you've got there that's available for us. So yeah.
Yeah, and one thing I didn't mention yet, because again, it's so much, like Nadia said, there is so much, but one thing I did not mention yet, we actually have incredible thing coming in April, and it's going to be paid for everybody else, but it will be free for everyone, Oracle Cards Magic and VIP Lounge and everything else. And it's going to blow your mind away. And it's going to be partnering with me and Nick. And it's specifically like, everyone who is already in membership, you can participate absolutely free. It will be something we're going to do for 90 days. I can't give anything else because it's still in the works. But if you're already in, it's going to be incredible. That's why it's going to take us that much time to prepare. Let's just say that. Thank you, Anthony. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Katinka and I'm from Belgium, and I was making an online course about awaken your inner mermaid, and I thought it would be a wonderful thing to include an oracle deck with it. So when I met Katya, I immediately signed up for her subscription-based course, which gives so much value for such a little amount of money, and I learned already so much that when I wanted to really step into that oracle deck, I thought I need her help. I want her to be the coach alongside of me. So we started, and the first reason I wanted her help was to learn how to prompt and how to include styles. I was not sure which style I wanted. There were so many things I liked. And Katja is really hands-on. She said, oh, come on. We start prompting and we start looking at what you like and making decisions. So immediately from the first call we had, I had, yes, that's it. Yes, I can do it. I can do it. And at that time I thought, oh, I would have had enough with this 1 hour, and I had 8 hours. So immediately I had everything I wanted out of that first session. But then, of course, we went on with other things, and I must admit, I'm so happy I made this investment, because my Oracle deck would really not have been what it is turning out now. I got a step-by-step plan. She structured it by giving me homework. I work on it. We take the next step. And step by step, it's a dream coming true. Not only the cards, but also the mini guide, the workbook, the pricing, the promotion of it, and especially making it an experience for my future customers. And that is so amazing. I will be so happy to promote this creation, because I think it is wonderful, and it could have not have been so wonderful without her. If you're doubting to choose for Katja, Do not doubt. I can assure you she has so much experience in oracle cards. She has so much experience in art. She has a feel for it. And the combination of her experience with being an entrepreneur makes that combination so, yes, you have to do it. That's all I can say. It will be a very wise investment decision for this year.